Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play Tribunal. We are in the king's throne room right now, and we have just protected the king's mother, the Queen Baranzia, from an assassination plot, or so they would have us believe, but I'm not sure what to think yet. Anyway,
Your service shall be rewarded.
yes. The king wants us to do some more stuff for him, so let's ask about that. By your actions so far, you have proven yourself to be both strong and loyal to our throne. It is now time for you to prove yourself to me. Personally, I have plans for you, Noriel, and it is almost time they were put into action. What do you mean by proving myself? Wasn't it enough proof that I killed the assassins who were after your mother? I require all those close to me to be powerful, able to defend me from any adversary. Perhaps you have met my personal guard, Karad. He's a perfect example, the finest fighter I have met in all my travels, and loyal to me to the death. I met him many years ago, a deaf and dumb child wandering the streets of Wayrest. The boy actually had the audacity to try to rob my stepsister, Elisana. I marveled at his courage and took him into my employ. When a dog has been beaten on Oriel, it will lick the hand of one who feeds it, even the most meager of scraps. Now he is my most loyal of servants, and one of my most deadly. I wish for you to fight my champion. Okay. He sounds like well, I didn't like how he put it, that when you feed a dog, he was talking about a poor child there who tried to, steal some food for him and his family, probably, or his friends. Let's ask him about his plans for me. All in good time. First you will prove yourself. Okay. I'm ready to fight your champion. That is correct. I have come to know you a bit, Noriel. I believe you can be of some use to me, but the plans I have for you will require someone of great strength or wit, perhaps both. The time has come for you to prove this to me. You will return here tomorrow, and you will duel Karad. If you are able to defeat him, we will discuss my plans for you. Okay. The finest fighter I've ever known, and you will soon learn. Okay, you will meet him tomorrow, report back here tomorrow, and be prepared to face Karad. And that is Karad. Okay, he says nothing. That much should be obvious from him being blind and deaf, or not blind and deaf, mute and deaf, I think. Anyway, it's 11 p.m., so maybe waiting an hour constitutes tomorrow. I think that's logical enough. Let's talk to him again. Have you come to fight my champion? Are you prepared to face Karad? Yes, actually, it worked. Tomorrow is 1 hour away. Ah, you've come to meet Karad in battle. Good for you. Have I mentioned that Karad has never been defeated? Perhaps I hadn't. This is to be a fair fight. Use whatever weapons or spells are at your disposal. I wish you both luck. At least one of you will need it. None are to interfere, and you will begin on my command. Okay. Oh, they are leaving. Leaving the center stage. Okay. Well, that wasn't the king's command, that was one of her guards' command, but let's start anyway. This guy has a lot of health, but he doesn't do a lot of damage. So I don't think we'll have any trouble defeating him. It will just take a while. And, this is a little obnoxious, actually. Let me go ahead and use my good sword. I'm afraid I am going to kill him, actually. Hold, I am beaten. You are the greater warrior in Oriel. You should speak now with my liege. I'm hoping he won't die. Okay, he didn't die. I was afraid that the enchantment on my blade would kill him. Okay, let's repair my stuff. I'm sure it will need some repairs. Yeah. He still says nothing. Although it doesn't seem like he's mute because he spoke earlier. Or he spoke just now.
Your loyal service.
Let's talk to the king as well. Enough. I've seen you fight my champion, though I find it hard to imagine how you have succeeded. It wasn't really that hard. I did not believe anyone could best Karad, but you have shown me otherwise. And he speaks. There are depths to you in Oriel, and I will fathom in time. For now, you have proven yourself to me. Okay, so he thought he was mute, but he wasn't actually mute. That's interesting. I'm amazed you were able to defeat him. There may be stuff of greatness in you in Oriel. Yes, I would have suspected so from my, from me saving your whole country that you are ruling over, I just thought I would mention that. Anyway, yes, I fought your champion. I'm impressed in Oriel. None have ever defeated Karad in battle, and I'm certain I didn't expect you to be the first. You continue to surprise me. You have proven your worth to me, as well as your loyalty. Take this as a token of my faith and our friendship. It was my father's ceremonial dagger, and I place it now in your possession. Do not disgrace his memory in Oriel. Now let us discuss my plans for you. Yeah, sure, but first I'm going to take a look at it. So it's a dagger. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it has a constant effect enchantment to fortify short blade endurance and give a little bit of reflect. Okay. Yes, your plans. As I'm certain you know, Mournhold is one of the seats of power for the Tribunal. The goddess Almalexia resides here in her temple, surrounded by her high ordinators. I have no great love for Almalexia, her ordinators, or the Tribunal of which she is part. In light of recent events, I believe it is time to gather more information about them. Do you mean the attack on the city? Yes. The attack on Mournhold was as unexpected to me as it was destructive to the city, and I make it my business to remain forewarned of this sort of event. Many believed the attacking creatures to have been Dwemer constructs, but we know now that is not the case. The creatures were beyond anything dreamt of by the dwarves, creatures it would take the power of a god to create. I would like you to learn more about the attacks. So you're you're suspecting Almalexia doing this. I believe that the only one person who might shed more light on the situation is Almalexia herself. All indications are that these creatures must be the constructs of Sothasil, and only Almalexia is likely to have information about him. I wish for you to speak to her, learn what she knows about the creatures, and report back to me. There is no reason for the goddess to suspect that you and I may be allied. Use this to your advantage. Do not approach me again until you have learned all you can. Yes, sure, there is no reason for her to suspect me being your ally except, me being here every day of the week for at least a week now. That's no reason to suspect anything. So you're saying Sothasil is the one you're suspecting? None have seen him in centuries. I distrust these man gods, especially ones I cannot find. Yes. Okay. So we need to go to Alexia for the king and
I'm on duty. Sure.
learn or find out if she knows anything about these creatures. I guess she will have her own plans for us, but let's see. Let's take a look at what she has to say about this whole thing. Okay, let's head inside.
Come, bathe in the light of my mercy.
Yes, your mercy, we have heard a lot about that. Greetings, Honoriel. It is good to see you again. Dear Fedris has told me more about your work so far here in Mournhold. He suggested I might find your services useful. After some consideration, I have decided that there may be a task for you to complete. Okay, tell me more. Since the horrendous attack on the city, there have been some alarming developments. One of the most troublesome has been a cult that has recently formed, led by a young Dunmer named Enno Romari. They call themselves the End of Times. In these troubled times, I fear the cult is gaining in popularity. What do you know about this guy? The leader of this little cult, he resides in Mournhold, though he is not known to have a permanent residence. He is dangerous in Oriel, as he spreads discontent among my people. He is not to be killed, though. I want no martyrs to this madman's cause. Okay, and what of this cult? What do you know about it? Very little is known about them yet, but there is one very disturbing fact we have learned. Many of their members have been found dead. Well, that doesn't seem like their fault. Maybe somebody killed them. At least 7 of them have been found dead so far. All dead. Have been found so far. All dead. All in their homes. It appears they ingested a strong poison, and not even my magics could revive those who were found. We must find out what drives this group and rid my city of their presence. Speak with Marilyn Othen at the Great Bazaar. Her brother Seville was one of those found. Learn what you can about them and Oriel, and of this Enno Romari. Take care with him, though. The words of a martyr cry louder than those of a zealot. Okay, so we are not supposed to kill him. So you're saying I should speak to his sister? Or not his sister, but one of the victim's sisters. Look for her in the bazaar. Find out what she knows. Okay. And let's talk about the victim himself, Seville. Marilyn Othen's brother, he was found dead just like the others. Okay. Well, that seems easy enough. By the way, how do you like that ring that I got for you? It is good and right that the band be in my possession. Surely it will be a boon to all of my people. Your efforts are appreciated. Yeah, I'm sure they will. So anyway, what do you think about the king, Helseth? Helseth is the king of Morrowind. He is young and has much to learn. Soon he will learn the strength of the Tribunal Temple and its importance to all my people. That sounded more like a threat than anything else. Tell me about your ordinators. My high ordinators protect the city of Mournhold from any who would do it harm. They are holy warriors, blessed with great speed and strength. Yes, I've heard of that, actually. And what do you think of Helseth Guard? The King's Guards, I don't concern myself with them. My hands are the most powerful warriors in all of Mournhold. Okay. Yeah, what do you know about Sodal Seal? I've heard that he wasn't really seen in many centuries. Do not concern yourself with Solda's Sail. He lives in his own way, as he always has. No, I have not spoken with him in a long time, but this is not odd. I'm certain all is well with my old friend. Yes, I'm certain. What do you think about the captain of the guard? He's the leader of the young king's royal guard, I believe, as an imperial. They are all the same. Okay, well, you're a racist god, that's good to know. Anyway, what can you tell me about your hands? The hands of Almalexia are my personal guard, pledged to honor and protect and serve me in all ways. Their bodies and souls are buttressed by my divine favor. That's an interesting word, I've never heard of it before, but you know, it sounds funny to me. Their armor and weapons are imbued with glory by my touch. On the face of Tamriel, there are no more terrible warriors than my hands of Almalexia. I don't know. Maybe. Let's talk about your main priest, or the head priest, Gavas Drin. My dear Gavas has been loyal servant of mine for many, many years. He is shining example of the glory of the Tribunal. Okay. And what of Fredris Lair? Dear Fredris has been my loyal servant for a very long time. He is my steward, and he oversees many of the day-to-day activities here at the temple. Okay. And finally, what do you think about the Queen Mother, Berenzia? Yes, the mother to young King Helseth. A fascinating woman, mortal, but fascinating. Well, you were a mortal yourself once. You shouldn't forget that. Anywho, let's just go and do this task for the goddess. I wanted to go to the bazaar anyway, because we are quite encumbered at this time, and we might need to get rid of some stuff, because I'm not liking this, you know. I want to be a little what's the word? Faster, you know? I don't know. Let's visit the armorer.
Good for the Empire, good for all, eh, citizen?
Yes, good for all. Let's see. Let's sell that bow. Okay. That worked. Let's go over to the trader. Oh, it's you. I don't know why I listened to you about Marena Gilnith. Yeah, we have heard this before. Okay. He has 8,000 gold. I'm going to sell this blessed spear to him. Okay, that worked. Pawnbroker. And clothier. Let's go over here and I don't know. Yeah, let's sell this, as well as... Yeah, I don't need Gainer's Amulet. I mean, it's good, but I don't trust myself to be using it, you know. Oh, he doesn't have enough money. Okay. Let's just sell these two. Okay. And yeah, I think that's it for now. We cannot really sell anything else. This King's Oath blade takes up a lot of space, but you know, it's my primary source of damage against these ridiculous foes, so I don't think I will sell it for now. Now, here is Marilyn Othen. We have spoken to her before, but let's talk to her again and ask her about his brother. What was his name? Seville. That's the right one. Okay. You've heard about my brother? It's hard to imagine he's gone. All would be well if he hadn't fallen in with Enno Romari and those end-of-times lunatics. Seville was a lonely man, a bit lost, but he was hardly stupid. It was the cult that caused his death. Okay, tell me more about the leader of this cult. A lunatic, Honorial. You'll often find him outside the Winged Guar, spouting his nonsense to passers-by, and to the drunks stumbling out of the tavern. Okay, well, at least we know where to find him. And what of the cult itself? They are a suicide cult, plain and simple. Their beliefs are destructive, heretical, and frightening to me. I don't know how my brother ever got involved with them. I'm beginning to see them all over the city, but you'll most often find them in God's Reach, outside the Winged Guar. Yes, okay. Tell me about their beliefs. They preach that the Tribunal have lost their powers, and that this is a signal that the apocalypse is near. Enno Romari teaches his followers that our time in Tamriel is at an end, and that the gates of oblivion will soon open and the Daedra will walk the land. Only the ancestors who have already left this world remain once... What? Only the ancestors who have already left this world will remain once the Daedric scourge covers the earth. And so he promotes what he calls the cleansing. Well, so far it doesn't seem too far-fetched. I mean, it sounds like a Daedric or a suicide cult to an Oriel, but... well, you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but... Enno Romari has some... well, his beliefs are somewhat justified, I think. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. The cleansing. It is a ritual suicide in Oriel. My brother was no fool, but he was a trusting person, always looking for someone or something to believe in. He thought he had found that in the end of times. Okay, so they are killing themselves. Well, that's bad either way. If you are suspecting that the apocalypse is coming, you could maybe do something to prevent it. Or something like that. And yes, we are weary, and sometimes we need to just, you know, close our eyes for a while.
Justice never sleeps.
Okay, now let's go to the tavern here and see if we can, well, see if we can find the guy, but I assume he's the strange looking fellow in the white robes over there.
Take care, stranger.
Yes. Enno Romari. My greetings and blessings upon you. I am Enno Romari. How may I help you in your journey through this life? Tell me about yourself. I am Enno Romari. How may I ease your mind? Okay. He's a priest. Let's just try to bribe him, I mean. So, tell me about your cult, the End of Times. We are a peaceful group dedicated to relieving the suffering all are feeling in these troubled times. I teach my followers the way to enlightenment, though understanding of what is happening in our world and what is to come in the next. Oh, through understanding, okay. All of my people know of the importance of preparedness for the coming troubles, and many are willing to make great sacrifice for our cause. What sacrifice? You are just killing yourselves. That's not sacrifice. That's just killing yourselves. I wanted to ask him about Seville, but I think we cannot. Yeah, let's just ask him about their beliefs. Our beliefs are very simple, dear friend. The Blessed Tribunal, though once filled with glory, are no longer the gods they once were. As with the tides of Tamriel's moons, all cosmic powers will wax and wane, but when gods die, it creates ripples throughout the lands. The passing of the three will be a prelude to the end of this era, and the beginning of the next. The followers of the end of times are making ourselves ready for this to happen. Okay, and what do you do to make yourself ready? We realize that the end of the era will bring many changes. We believe that the gates of oblivion will open, and the multitude of Daedra will roam this world freely. Some might tell you that this is a good thing, that we are descended from the Daedra and it will be a return to the natural order of things. I know differently though. The coming age will be a time of great horror. And how do you know all this stuff? The Daedra princes are not our ancestors, nor they are our allies. They will wash over the land, destroying all that man and Mer have built over these thousands of years. The only protection from this scourge will be our true ancestors that have gone before us and watch over us even now. Many of our followers choose to participate in the cleansing, to prepare the way for the rest of us. It is a sacrifice, to be sure, but it is for the greater good. And what are you trying to achieve by this? It is a glorious ritual, friend Honoriel. Our followers cleanse themselves of all their troubles, all their burdens here on this earth. They send themselves ahead to the ancestors, spreading our word, making ready for when we shall all join them in our fight against the Daedric hordes. Well, he's not quite crazy, but Honoriel certainly thinks he's crazy. He has some points there, actually. Yeah, I think that's all I'm interested in asking him. Maybe we can ask him about some rumors and such. Maybe he has something interesting for us. Would you believe it? Even after the trouble in the plaza, the horror of Castle Xir is still going on. It's playing in the west of God's Reach near the palace. It's the right thing to do, though life must go on. Okay. Yes, I'm sure it's going fine, although it doesn't have our great acting abilities anymore. I'm sure it's doing fine on its own. Yeah, don't mess with the hands of Almalexia. Yeah, sewers, much older city. Okay, we know about this stuff. Let's just go back to Almalexia and tell her what we have learned about the End of Times cult. They do sound like a bunch of lunatics for sure, and we can just relay that information to her. That is, if we can keep our eyes open long enough.
Many blessings upon you, my loyal servant.
Yes, of course. What have you learned about this End of Times cult and their beliefs? Have you served me well in gathering this information? I don't know. They will not continue to exist in my city. Well, that sounded like a threat for sure. They would dare? So the Tribunal has lost its power, has it? These fools would dare question Almalexia's power here in her city. I will give them a lesson in power, Honoriel, and you will be my agent. I don't like the sound of that. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to ask it. What do you have in mind? These fools must be reminded of the true power of a god. Since the attack on the city, much of my own power has been spent caring for my people. The number of wounded has been astronomical, and caring for them has been all taxing to even me. What are you even talking about? All the attack was just a couple of robots in the plaza, and if there were any wounded, it was just a couple of guards. Anyway, Still, I must demonstrate to these people what it is to mock the will of a god. You will travel to the ruins of Bam's Amchand and activate the Karstang's Bsharn. And by the way, before we move on, they are right to suspect that the Tribunal is waning in power because we have destroyed the heart of Lorcan, and I think it is... Well, it's not common knowledge, actually. It's kind of a secret that the Tribunal has acquired their power from the heart itself, so I guess most people don't know that they are actually getting weaker, but they are. Yeah, what's this thing you want us to do? Loosely translated, the Weather Witch. At its height, the Dwemer civilization was masterful in their use of machinery. In a time of drought, Dwemer scholars were commissioned to create a machine that would bring rain to their lands. They created the Karstang's Bsharn. Its existence was little more than a myth until recently, when the ruins opened beneath the city. I wish for you to activate the machine. Make it to create ash storms in Mournhold. Then these heretics will know the power of Almalexia. Well, you are clearly out of your mind. But okay. I guess I'll do it. That's correct. While these storms may be common on the island of Wardenfell, they do not occur here, so far removed from the Red Mountain. Now, though, they will, and these heretics will understand the power of the Tribunal, the power of Almalexia. Take this, use it to activate the machine. You will have to divine its workings on your own, Noriel, but I believe you are up to the task. And we have received a powered Dwemer Conqueror. So yeah, this seems like the most immoral thing that we have ever done. Possibly, but Almalexia really wants it done, so let's do it anyway. We need to gather more information about her anyway, so we need to work for her. And now that she has asked us to do this, it seems like Helseth is not such a bad guy after all. Well, they are both very bad people, but you know. What can you do? These are the powerful guys in the city, and you know, we need to work through them. So that's what we are going to do. So yeah, I'm going to end this episode here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.